Hello, you wolves out there, and welcome to another episodic series on the PSVR platform. This series is going to take us through the adventures of Quill in the story of Moss, where she tries to find her grandfather who was taken by Sarfogg. If you haven't played this game before, please sit back and enjoy as we follow Quill on her adventures. I have played this game many times already. This is probably about my fifth playthrough. I really enjoyed it. It's another action-adventure platforming game for the PSVR platform. If you want more content like this, please hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and please leave your comments below. And enjoy.
Your time has come at last, dear reader. While we began this tale long ago, we hope it is yours to finish. But this story is not yours alone. No, it is tied to another. And the journey you take together could change the fate of both our worlds. Shall we begin? They called it the Cinder Night. What came from those dark, starless skies would change the world of Moss forever. The peace that had settled across the land was broken by an unconquerable nightmare. And that night, the animals nearly met their end. First, they killed the king. A winged creature broke from the shadows and plucked him from his royal bedchamber high atop the tallest tower. Next, the serpent Sarfogg and the armies of the Arcane tore up from the underworld. They ravaged the castle in search of that which gave the king power beyond understanding, one of the fabled glass relics. The King's Guard fought bravely, but the castle soon pulsed with the Arcane's evil. Every room was gutted, every statue, tapestry, and adornment hexed. But the glass was never found. Even the reclusive sprites set aside their differences on that fated night. They sent a great champion, empowered by their own glass relic, to challenge the serpent and its steel army. Meanwhile, Sir Argus, commander of the King's Guard, led the survivors west through a temple long abandoned by their ancestors and far away from their newly risen enemies. It was an arduous escape. Finally, after passage beneath the impassable mire, they found refuge in a clearing hidden safely in the trees. Argus charged back to join the Sprite champion at the mire's edge. Together, they fought back the Arcane and sealed the temple passage that led to the clearing. But the champion was gravely injured. Clutching his glass, he retreated deep into the forest where he drew his last breath. A large tree grew upon him. It stood many years in watchful duty, safeguarding the glass and awaiting its next hero. That hero, albeit an unlikely one, did arrive. at a time she'd be needed most. Quill was out adventuring beyond the edge of the clearing. Dusk was creeping in, but she wondered what she might find if she went just a little farther. She was not exactly sure what she roused, but she felt no danger from the being silently peering down at her. Quill had to hurry. The village gates would soon close, and night would follow.
Welcome to the world of Moss, everyone. This is Quill, and we are the reader. Together, we're going to take on each one of these levels to the best of our ability. You're going to notice that, especially with this block as a good example, as the reader, you're able to interact with the world to help Quill navigate more efficiently. There are things that you're going to be required to do just so she can get by and do what she needs to do.
Her uncle often warned, was when danger was most present. But Quill preferred the stories of the magical creatures that woke to protect the forest.
So a lot of the puzzles can be tricky, but like I said at the beginning, I have played through this game plenty of times that I understand how most of the puzzles work almost right off the bat. You can pick up these little collectibles such as this, I don't know, pamphlet. I've already collected all of them in this new game, though. It kind of resets everything, so I'm recollecting all these. You can also collect some of this stardust, I think is what it's called, or some sort of dust. Just two different collectible things. You'll note, although I'm running by rather quickly in this series, you'll see that they have fully developed environments, fully developed towns. Now, you can't access any of the buildings per se, but you can watch as the NPCs navigate their environment, and you'll note that they appreciate your existence. They'll look at you, they'll know that you're there, not the reader, not you as the player, but they'll notice Quill, which is really, really cool. They really paid attention to that sort of detail, which is nice. It makes it more immersive. There are destructibles all over the place, primarily boxes, barrels, and those little gray pots there. Now, I just opened that gate there. I didn't really see it because it was kind of off screen, but as I move Quill around, I also focus on doing what I need to do to make sure that I can run through the game as quickly as possible. So as you're moving Quill, you can also act as the reader, which is always nice. No, there's no damage when you fall long distances, which is nice. You're going to have to do that on occasion, but Quill cannot swim, so don't go trudging in the water. See, they just looked at each other. So don't go trudging in water. Be careful of the cliffs and the pits that you could possibly fall into. It's a cute little cinematic coming up here. Not really a cinematic, but in-game cinematic, I guess you could call it. Two little mice, two little rodents, they're playing. And here comes their mom, so they go running inside. little guy fishing. Can't get past him. Looks like he could go walk on the other side there, but can't get past the fisherman. So this guy's done with his work, so he's going to go back to his little village home. I stopped that, allowed Quill to get on top. Any little white precipice that you can see there, those are edges that you can grab onto. That's your indicator. This game's really fun. Polyarc did a wonderful job with this game. The opening to this game is primarily story-based, story-driven. You're just getting the foundation for Quill's story and why she's doing what she's doing.
Thanks to her new friend, Quill had saved priceless grains from the hourglass.
That blue orb there is how you interact with the world.
She raced to the door of the cottage she shared with her uncle, hoping once he saw her discovery, he'd lose himself in tales of its legend.
The squirrels are their horses, so to say, that they ride around on.
Uncle Argus was watching the evening light dim when Quill burst through the front door of their cottage. Uncle! Uncle, there's something you have to see!
Out past the bell again,
He scolded.
Quill, I've told you countless times.
I know, Quill replied, crestfallen. I didn't mean to worry you, but I found something strange and magical. Quill's hands trembled as she showed him the glass. What is it? She asked. A look of panic spilled over her uncle's stoic exterior.
Where did you find this?
Roared Uncle Argus. Quill had never seen her uncle so shaken. Just west of the clearing, she explained. And as soon as I picked it up, something started helping me. Uncle Argus followed her motion.
A reader. With you, here, right now? Quill, what you found is very powerful and very dangerous,
He said with great concern.
If I could take this burden from you, I would. But this reader has chosen. Even with the moon full and bright, I must go right away.
Quill pressed. Where are you going? I can help. We can help.
No,
He snapped.
they'll find you and tear you apart. I have to go alone. It is for your own safety and for everyone here in the clearing.
His long, heartfelt hug told her he was heading for danger.
I'll be back before midnight. Until I return, I need your word you will not leave the clearing with that glass. Promise me, Quill.
I promise, she said reluctantly, wondering where her uncle was going so deep into the night.
So that is the end of episode 1. That, again, is just a taste. That sets the foundation for the story moving forward. How Quill got involved in all of this, and what that glass means. So you get the backstory of all the animals being overrun by this evil energy, and Quill comes across the tree from where that one warrior sprite died, and now the glass has been passed on to her. The reader power, in other words, your power as a player, stems from that glass that Quill received. So anyone holding the glass has access to the reader. And that ends the first chapter of the story of Moss. Again, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and please do comment below with your thoughts and feelings so far in the story of Moss. And until next time, peace.